What's up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. In today's video, we're going to take a quick look at the fourth hidden puzzle inside the Imbaru engine. Yes, we're going back out of bounds to pull back the secrets on this incredible area. So if you want to find out more, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below. And remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now, the Imbaru engine is an absolutely massive part of Season of the Witch, and we've had multiple tests in this amazing area. Now, it has been often thought there are only 3 tests, but we're going to pull back the curtain today on what could be the 4th test. There's a secret room at the very top of this tower, and we're going to show you the quickest and easiest way to get there. Now, first of all, you need to load into the Imbaru engine itself. Naturally, massive shout out to Froggy, who actually accessed most of the areas in the Imbaru engine via a mission earlier in the season. He made a massive comprehensive video exploring the entire space. So if you haven't checked out his channel or that video, make sure to do so. And I'll naturally leave the link to that down in the video description below. Now, as we head into the Imbaru engine, this is the test of cunning. Now, actually in this room, you may not notice, but there are in fact 4 Hive statues. These are the same statues that were found in Season of the Deep by the Whetstone mission, and we'll be discovering a lot more of those as we work our way through the Imbaru engine, and these are likely to form a key part of what will be the 4th and final test. Now, it is possible to access all these areas on any class in the game. There's no requirement to be on a Titan, there's no requirement to have Lion Rampants. I'm certainly just using those as I wasn't too sure exactly how difficult it would be to get out of bounds. As it turns out, it is very easy, which is why it's now possible to do this on any class. Now, first of all, you want to make your way to the test of strength. This was the second major test in the Imbaru engine, and you want to work your way towards the back side of the room, over towards this very dark cubby. Now, you can in fact start this encounter, and I highly recommend that you do so, as by loading in with just a rocket launcher, you'll have just 2 rounds. But if you start the encounter, this will give you full ammo, and if you have ammo reserves, you'll get up to 9 rockets including your reserves. This will make it so much easier and give you so many more attempts when it comes to scaling the Imbaru engine. And once you're in that cubby, you can simply slide out of the map, and by using a strand subclass, we can grapple our way around towards the test of navigation. You'll see this huge pipe right behind us here, and this is where that test takes place. Now, you don't want to get too close to this, as there will be turn back barriers, but we want to head over to the left hand side towards the outside of the map and land on this lower section. Whilst it looks like you'll fall all the way through, it's in fact entirely solid. Now, as you can see, there's a lot going on when you go out of bounds inside the Imbaru engine, many hidden assets, but we're slowly positioning ourselves so we can scale this entire tower. Now, the best way to do this is by using Gjallarhorn, and we're going to be grappling the rocket that we fire out of this weapon. Aggressive frame rocket launchers can work well too, but Gjallarhorn is definitely the easiest. And to help you get your grapple back quicker, you can equip 3 bomber mods, and by using your class ability, this will give you almost half of your grapple back. Now, once you're in position, you ideally want to aim towards the left side of the tower. On the right side of the tower, you'll in fact find the turn back barriers towards the top, which will make it much more difficult when you reach the summit. Now, here we're just waiting for our grapple to come back. And as soon as we're good to go, we'll be grappling onto a rocket to take us to the summit. Now, you'll need to do this almost instantaneously to ensure you can actually grapple the rocket itself. And once you're on board, you're literally on a free ride all the way to the top. It's the quickest and coolest way I've ever scaled anything out of bounds, but you kind of have to admit this is only something you'll ever see in Destiny. And once we reach the top, we can make our way over towards the final rooms. This particular room is where we'll actually arrive at this top section of the Imbaru engine once we do an additional puzzle at the navigations test. And the room that we're approaching right now is in fact where the 4th and final test is likely to take place. Now, you can actually enter this room. It is slightly tricky though. In typical Destiny fashion, you just need to be very persistent. Now, if we do drop down slightly onto this ledge, there is a very small cubby, and with a little bit of perseverance and a little bit of wiggling, and with a charged or uncharged melee, we should be able to easily get inside this 4th and final test room. Now once inside this room, you'll notice 4 more statues and a shed ton of blank Hive runes. Now these statues are in fact the very same statues that you find in the test of cunning, the test of strength, and even the test of navigation. It's highly likely we'll need to activate these as we work our way through the Imbaru engine, completing them as we finish each and every test, which when completed correctly and in full, will likely gain us access to this 4th and final room. Now in this room you'll also see a few pedestals which are very similar to the pedestals that you found over on the moon during the Xenophage exotic mission. Will this therefore likely see us carrying a relic as we work our way through, having to deliver them either to these pedestals or the statues themselves as we work our way through the 4th and final puzzle. Now with that room out the way, we can move on to the very final room in the Imbaru engine. It's very unique and very ornate, almost lucent Hive. Now you can kind of get in there, but also kind of not, and it'll make a bit more sense in a while. As we can see through the windows, there's another pedestal which will likely be the home to Savathun's greatest secret. The biggest secret right now is what do we need to get into the portal in the Traveller, and it's very likely the very answer to that will be on this very pedestal. Now here we're going to slowly work our way around this final room. What we're looking for though is a gap in the window which allows us to slide down against the railings and give us a very good look of the inside of this room. Now it's much easier to get alongside the railings if you lower your frames. I'm currently playing at 144 frames, which makes it quite difficult and quite tricky. But once you navigate your way to the side, you can easily drop down. But like we just said, if you want to get against the railings, then you will need to lower your FPS. As you can see here, I've now lowered my frames to 30 frames, and if you get stuck, you can always use your teammate to grapple yourself down. Now this gives us a fantastic view of the inside of this final room. Once again, we can see the main pedestal, which will likely house Savathun's greatest secret, but you'll also see 2 smaller pedestals to the left side of this particular room from where we are standing. That will be on the right side of the room when you walk in via the corridor opposite. So as we mentioned before, we could see ourselves carrying relics throughout the Imbaru engine, which will finally allow us to get our hands on the key to the Traveller's portal. Now as you can see, even by using your super, it is not possible to get past the invisible barrier. Whilst we are in front of the railings, it's physically not possible to get inside this room just yet. But now we are here, what do you think the key to the Traveller's portal is? And what are we likely to see sitting on this pedestal once this 4th test goes live? Be sure to sound off down in the comments below. So there we have it guys, a good look at the area that's likely to house the 4th and final test. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to be back to the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.